Guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Caitlin and I love makeup. So today we are doing a get ready with me, and if you are returning to my channel, we're talking a lot about, you know, my new look I've got going on, my new hair, very different than before, I know, but I really like it. I do. I've been enjoying it so much, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about video games, we're going to talk about TV shows, we're going to talk about house projects, things I've been up to, and for you guys to get a chance to tell me a little bit of what you've been up to as well. So without further ado, go ahead and grab a snack or a drink or do your makeup with me, whatever you want to do. This is going to be a good video just to maybe like have on in the background, or you know, you can watch it section by section if you want to, but this is not by any means a tutorial. I am going to be using the Club Nebula today, my first impressions by Kaleidos Cosmetics. But yeah, other than that, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Before we get too far into the video, if you have not yet, I would love it if you would consider subscribing. I make new videos once a week. It's totally free to subscribe, and I would love to hear all of your thoughts down below and have you guys join weekly in on all of our fun conversations. Alright guys, so much like some of my other get ready with me's, I'm not going to specifically mention each product just so I can focus on chatting with you, but I will definitely leave a list of all the products that I used in the description box of this video. If you are interested in anything I'm using, or you see something and you go, ooh, what's that? It will be listed there. The only thing I'll really focus on or talk about makeup wise will be the Club Nebula palette once we get to that, because I know a lot of you are interested in hearing my thoughts on the color story, the formula, all that sort of thing. So first things first, how are you? It's been so long since I've done just a little sit down, get ready with me situation, and yeah, it's been mostly just focusing on the makeup on this channel, which is fine, but I like to talk to you guys as people as well sometimes. So let me know in the comments, what's new with you? How's it going? Any new exciting life updates for you? For me, right now, I guess the exciting or new thing is that school's out for the summer. If you are new-ish to my channel and you don't know, I am a public school teacher, so I teach choir, and we are done for the school year, so I'm out for summer. Which I guess brings me to, you know, the elephant in the room, this hair. I wanted to do something fun, you guys. I've never gone lighter with my hair. I've dyed it before, but never like this, and it's also quite short now. So I have donated my hair to organizations that make wigs, primarily for people who have hair loss from chemotherapy or cancer-related, health-related reasons. So I've donated my hair, I think maybe 4 times now in my lifetime, and I wanted to do it again because I knew I wanted to dye it, but that was going to be a lot of dye with how long my hair is. So I donated 10 inches of my hair to an organization. I'm sure I will grow it back again at some point, but I thought for summer, it's pretty warm here in Ohio where I live. It's been mid-upper 80 degrees lately, just for June. It's not even to like the hot months yet, and it's been that temperature. So it's hot, got rid of my hair, and then after that, I made an appointment and went and obviously got it dyed. So I am turning in a couple months, less than 2 months, 30 this summer in August, and I just want to do something fun, kind of like a little last huzzah of my 20s, I guess. Although, you know, my hairstylist was like, you can do any color you want at any age, don't let that hold you back, which, you know, I know is true, but I want to do something fun. My last get ready with me, I told you guys my trip that I was supposed to do to kind of celebrate my 30th birthday is postponed to next summer. So yeah, I guess this was just like my fun thing I decided to do instead. It took, about 5 hours to get it to this color, this shade, because they had to lighten it first. You know, I had medium, it wasn't really dark brown, kind of medium brown hair before. So a pastel, a lavender like this, wasn't going to show up on that color. So I'll show you pictures. These are pictures of me. I'll insert here. That they had to do what's called a platinum card to start with, where they put in all of that foil and just lighten it. Now they told me when they started they may have to have me come in multiple days. It just depends. Everybody's hair is different, how quick it lightens. I got really lucky, and when they did a test strip, a test section of hair, it lightened really well, which we were especially surprised because about a year ago I box dyed my hair. I had a box dye from Influencer, and so my hair was already not the same color because of the regrowth. So we weren't sure how it was gonna work with lightening it, but luckily it lightened very evenly. So they were like, okay, you're good, let's go ahead. So after they did the platinum card, they then had to lighten my roots because that platinum card really just does like the length of the hair. You can probably see from that photo. And after that they did my roots to lighten those because I didn't want to see any like brown in here. I wanted it to all be light. So they did that, which, you know, it takes time in between all of these steps. And then some of the steps, like, I think it was the toner, maybe it was the color, but they had to like completely dry it in between some of the steps too, so it took a while. After it was totally lightened and platinum, they put on a base toner so that it would, I guess, just be a base, good base for the color. I don't know the exact name of it, but it was some sort of color depositing toner that not only would help your blonde hair not be like brassy, but it deposited almost like a cool toned lavender purple on my hair as well. And they're like, this will be a good base for the lavender dye we do on top. Which it was. You can kind of see down here, it's not quite as purple as in here. That's more like the color of the toner, and then this is the actual dye. It wasn't quite even, but I think it's going to even out. It's just a matter of, it's only been, let me think here, there's a price there. It's only been like 4 days since I did it, so it's still fresh, you know, it'll kind of fade a little bit as we go here. And yeah, after they did the color depositing toner, then they went in with the actual dye, and that was it. But all in all, like I said, it was close to 5 hours. It was pretty expensive, I'm not gonna lie, but like I said, I decided this was my gift to myself for my 30th birthday. I've always wanted to do something like this, but never did. I don't know how long I'll keep it this way because, you know, there's always this like double standard that we can't be professional with colored hair for some reason, so we'll see how that goes and the length of time that I can keep this for, but this is what it is right now. Hopefully you guys like it, and if you don't, like I said, it's not going to be that way forever. It's hair, it grows out, it changes, just like our style, our clothing, our makeup, all of our preferences over time. So that's kind of the story, I guess, of my hair being done, or why it's different. This is the first video that it's both short and definitely not the same color. So it's been interesting doing my hair now because it's got different needs to it. Like I have to use different purple shampoo, and I'm supposed to wash it under cold water and all these things to make it last. And with it being short, styling it differently. And makeup, you guys, makeup, I feel like the colors that went before don't look right now because of my hair. Like even having darker brows, you can probably notice right now, is a little weird. Like it looks okay once everything's on, but eyeshadow colors, like I feel like a lot of the grungier stuff just doesn't go as much more now. I still like it, I still might wear it, I don't know, but I've been doing a lot more like lighter, ethereal, pastel, kawaii. You've probably seen some of the looks I've done so far if you're following me on TikTok, which if you're not, by the way, the link to that and all my other socials is down in the description of the video as well. Give it a follow. It's usually like new, different content. I don't do like a lot of repeats where you're like, oh, I already watched your YouTube, therefore it'll be the exact same thing. A lot of it's different. So If you want more different stuff, that's the place to go. Other than that, guys, I've just been honestly trying to enjoy my summer. Like, I know I initially had said, I think on my Instagram somewhere, I was like, maybe I'll do 2 videos this summer, because I did that last summer. Here's the thing, last summer I was like staying home because we were like basically still in lockdown, you know, and now that things are starting to open back up, I kind of just want to like live my life a little bit. Like, I love YouTube, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to stop doing it, but even though school's out, I kind of still feel busy. Like, I've been going a lot of places, doing a lot of things, a lot of house projects. I'm working on getting some outdoor stuff done. Like, my brother built me this beautiful raised garden bed. I've been filling it with peppers and tomatoes. Yesterday I got some citronella to repel mosquitoes for my little outdoor back like patio area I'm working on. I know some of you have said you might be interested in seeing some of those like update renovation type things. So right now I'm just kind of like collecting a lot of materials, but when I go to actually like do the project, then I am planning on filming parts of that process just to give you a little sneak peek for something fun, something a little vloggy to add into the channel. And this is also, please hold, this is the first summer in 6 years, I think the first summer in 6 summers that I've actually kind of like had my summer free, because I was in a master's degree program for schooling and it was a summers only situation. I just didn't want to be overwhelmed with working and going to school at the same time, so I chose a summers only program. But I just finished that last December because I was writing like my thesis and stuff like that. Like, once you start writing, it's not summers only, then you just work on your paper because it's not like a class you're independently working. So I graduated and got my degree in December, and now I've actually got the summer free. Then I'm like, oh, I'm not taking classes, so I can kind of live my life a little bit, and I've been really enjoying it. I really like the freedom of just being like, what do I want to do today? This morning I was working on installing, I've got like a new backdrop and lighting and stuff. I've had it for quite some time. My parents actually got it for me for Christmas, but it is huge. Like, I totally underestimated how much room this setup was gonna take. So it doesn't fit in the room I've been filming in, so I've had to like work on completely redoing a different bedroom upstairs in my house for it all to fit. So I am getting close. I'm hoping in the next like week or two I can kind of like unveil all that new lighting and backdrop and stuff on my channel. Other than that, there's a few other things, but I'll keep talking about it here in a minute. I'm gonna start in with the eyeshadow palette. This is, if you haven't seen it, the Kaleidos Club Nebula. This is the collab with Angelica Nyqvist, I think is how you say her name. I love the box. I've got it on a shelf on the wall, and I filled it with a bunch of other makeup goodies just for storage. But here's the palette itself. I have never tried this brand, so this is kind of a first impressions of the brand for me as well. Here's the color story, just in case you have not yet seen it. And I don't know what I'm gonna do, you guys. This is not like a planned, you know, multiple looks thing. I'm just kind of playing today. If you want to see me come up with like multiple looks and get kind of my take on the color story of it, let me know. I know you guys really like the last 3 looks 1 palette videos that I did with a couple of the Alien Cosmetics videos. So I can't do that again. I'm just doing 1 look today, but let me know down in the comments if you want to see a multiple looks 1 palette with this one, and I will start filming it. I'm gonna go in with, I believe it's pronounced Samus right here, for my transition shade on an M441. So as I'm applying this, I'll kind of keep talking to you guys a little bit here. I have been trying to focus on losing a little bit of weight. And that is not because I'm really like, oh, I'm fat or anything like that, but I did definitely gain weight during the pandemic, during the quarantine. I think a lot of people did, just sitting at home, having access to their fridge and snacks and being stressed and eating 24/7, it felt like. So it's more a matter of, I just want to get back to where I was. I know I was healthier. And frankly, I don't want to buy a whole new wardrobe of clothes, and my clothes are feeling quite snug and uncomfortable right now. So I'm trying to lose a bit of weight, not a ton. I gained about 15 pounds, but I think when you are I don't want to say thin, because I wasn't like overly thin or anything, but it's just more noticeable, I think, even though it's a low number on me. Maybe I'm wrong. And also my brother's getting married in September and I'm a bridesmaid in the wedding, and I ordered a dress to be the size that I was and not the size I am now. So it is crucial that I get back to where I was. I'm going to switch to an M456 and I'm actually going to use Rock Hopper. The shade here is kind of like deeper grayish purpley to deepen up the outer corners. So I've been working for about maybe 3 weeks now trying to lose a bit of weight. Ooh, I feel like this color really matches my hair. Sorry, sidetracked. But it hasn't really been working for me. And so I started just being like, okay, I need to cut out pop and sugary drinks. And I need to, you know, not do like, okay, I'm going back for seconds because it just tastes so good even though I'm not really still hungry. And I did that for about the first week and was like, okay, I'm not seeing any results whatsoever. I need to start working out again. Working out is good for you anyway. It's great for your heart health. I know these things, but you know, just because we know these things doesn't mean we always just do it, right? I'm blending that first shade, same as with the second brush, a little bit here in the crease, just to make sure we don't lose that. So then the second and third week, I started working out. Just taking a Vasanti. This is technically a concealer buffer, but I'm taking it without any product and just trying to blend. I get a little carried away on the edge here. Once a week I've been going to a cardio drumming class, and then at home I've been doing some workouts on YouTube. There's a channel I like called Pop Sugar. And then I've also got an elliptical at home. Taking Rock Hopper, still on the same brush, and just running a little bit on the outer third of the underneath here. So yeah, 3 weeks of that, and frankly, I hadn't lost a pound. So Wesley reminded me, he made a good point though. He was like, you know, you are getting stronger though, because I was doing like 45 minutes on the elliptical, and it also keeps track of like how many cycles, reps, like distance you do. And I was going further in the same amount of time. So I was getting stronger, going faster, all of that. So that was good. And my future sister-in-law was like, you know, did you measure your inches ahead of time? I said, no, I actually didn't. So I may have lost inches even though not weight. I didn't think to measure those, so I'm not 100% sure. But you know, there are non-scale victories you can make when trying to be healthier. I am gonna take a bit of glitter glue because I'm gonna go in with a sparkly shade now. I'm gonna go in with an M410. I really need to clean my brushes, y'all, so I can have a rounded brush to do this, but I think you know how that goes. You know, the whole I should clean my brush thing, right? I'm not the only one there. So the last time I lost quite a bit of weight was like in 2019, and I was doing keto. Now, I mean, I say I was doing keto. I was never actually in ketosis because like I wasn't eating no carbs. You're not supposed to on keto, by the way. But it's not, I mean, from what I've read, it's not super healthy to do long term. So I wasn't doing it long term. I probably did it for about 3 or 4 months, but it really worked like a charm. And so I decided I'm gonna do that again. So I've been starting and doing that for like 3 or 4 days now, so I still haven't seen really results yet, but maybe I'll keep you posted on that journey. That's what worked for me last time, so that's kind of what's been going on with me there. Guys, Nebula is, it's so pretty. It's like peachy, but also kind of orangey. I don't know if this qualifies as one of the duochromes or not, but it's stunning. It's stunning. I wanted something that used, you know, multiple colors from this palette to try it out a little bit, but I'm also not doing anything too crazy. It's technically the morning of Father's Day when I'm filming this, so I'm just going over and hanging out with my dad for the rest of the day after this. Oh, that's so pretty. Wow. Wow. I'm kind of speechless. It's very like, reminds me of like a fiery sunrise. Oh, I love that. I feel like I'm off, like I lost my whole train of thought now. That's so pretty. Let's see, other random miscellaneous things. What have I been doing to fill my time? Wesley and I are still watching the show Supernatural. We are officially into episodes I have not seen. So I had watched all the way through season 11. And I think that that was all that was out at the time. And something in my life just happened and I got busy and stopped watching it for a while. So when Wesley said he wanted to watch it, I was like, okay, well, we'll just start from the beginning, because he had not seen past like season 1 or 2 ever. Going with an M506, I'm gonna take that first color, Samus, and just put it in the not inner third, what am I saying? Underneath my eye, but like on the inside part here. So now we're finally about halfway through season 12. I won't spoil it for you, even though they're all out now, but it's great. I love it. We watch usually like 2-3 episodes when he gets home from work at night, and we're loving it. I am still playing Morrowind. There's several games I really want to buy, but I keep telling myself you need to get through what you have before you spend more money, because I'm like this with books and games. I don't know how you guys are, but I don't like to play a bunch of stuff at once. I like forget how to play it, I forget the controls. Maybe I'm just slow that way, but I like to dedicate my time and like do one game and play it all the way through before I start another. I don't like to have like a whole bunch going at once. And I'm that way with books too. I don't want to read like 3 chapters of a book and then start another one. I want to start and finish a whole thing before I start a new one. And if there's a series, you best believe I have to start at book 1 or game 1 and work my way up. I have kept all my old consoles. I should be doing makeup while I'm doing this. I'm like getting on a tangent here. I'm gonna use Void, which is this deep blue matte, as my liner. So if it's a series, I've kept all my old consoles just so that I can still play things. Like if I discover a new series, then I'm like, how did I miss this? I can go back and play things. I have a PlayStation 2, a PlayStation 3, a PlayStation 4, an Xbox 360, and an Xbox One. So I can play everything, but pretty darn close. Wes has a PC, I have a Mac. My brother lives only about, I don't know, less than 10 minutes away from me, and he has a Switch that I can use whenever I want. Ooh, I really like that, like navy blue liner. Did you guys see that? I think that's really pretty. Ooh, I'm excited. I love this palette, you guys. And yeah, I'm just still working on Morrowind right now. It's honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it's a challenge for me to get motivated to play it though, because I already played Skyrim and I feel like Skyrim is so much better, and I don't think that's like a slam against Morrowind. I think it was just like the era that that came out and how games were back then versus Skyrim is newer. But I'm feeling like I still want to finish it. I'm still like dedicated to doing it. I don't want to just abandon it. I don't know if I told you or not, I did that with an M508, that little liner moment. I really like to just do a light little like smoky shadow liner these days. It's really fun. I think that's gonna be it for Club Nebula today, you guys. I used 4 shades in total: Samus, Nebula, Void, and Rock Copper. Ooh, you know what? Maybe, let's see, something that's gonna go. I was gonna say maybe I'll put something in the inner corner, but I want it to be, like, I don't want to really change the vibe too much. I don't know, will Astro be okay? No, that's too blue. Firefly looks pretty green. I'm like swatching on my hand here as I go. Nova looks a little too blue. Celestial's pink. You're My Only Hope is lavender, but I feel like with lavender hair, it's almost like a nude for me, a natural. So I'm gonna go M560, and I'm gonna take a little bit of You're My Only Hope, which is this kind of like lavendery purple one here. Sorry, I'm not totally like flipping the palette to show you, but not only is there a bit of kick up in the mattes, which I don't mind, but I don't want to spill it all over my lap, but also Firefly came a little busted in my package. Like, it's still usable, but I'm terrified every time I like pick it up to try to show you that she's just gonna fall out, and I'm not willing to risk Club Nebula for that. I'm sorry, you guys. Like, as much as I like you all, I don't want to sacrifice the shade Firefly. I just don't. Can you blame me? If you have this palette, you can't blame me. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know how I feel about purples and greens. So especially Firefly, I just can't sacrifice it. I just can't sacrifice it. So yeah, that's just like a nice little inner corner sparkle. I like that. Put what's left in the little brow bone here. I did highlight, but it just looks so like, I don't know, muted because of everything else. I've been doing a lot of like blush toppery, shimmery things. Maybe I'll go with that. This is technically an eyeshadow from Ipsy, but I'm not gonna lie, I've been using it as like a little colorful highlighter, and I kind of like it. I don't know if it picks up on camera or not. It's right there. It almost just looks like a blush topper in my mind, at least, but I like it. Yes, that's much better. I like that more. There's a little more shimmer going on. And I'm almost done here, guys, obviously with my makeup, but I think that's pretty much my life update with everything. I know it's a lot, but it's been, I don't know, what, like 2 months or so since I did a Get Ready With Me. Like, I know I was still in school, at least, still teaching. Like, school wasn't out for the year yet. So it's been quite a while since I did one, and I just wanted to pop in and say hi and talk to you guys for a bit. Say hello, see how you're doing, let you know how I'm doing, and encourage you to find a little bit of time, even if you aren't like me and you have the summer off, to just work on some of those projects you've been putting off. Do some summer, spring cleaning. The daylight works wonders for me. I don't know about you guys, but every year, even though in my mind I know that I get kind of like an undiagnosed seasonal depression when it's dark out all the time, without doubt, even though I know that in my head, as soon as it gets light out again, I just feel it, and I'm like, oh, I didn't realize I got that down in the winter until the sun comes back, and I remember this is what it feels like to be a human, like a real alive person, and I feel good again. And I'm so much more productive. Not that your life has to be defined by how productive you are or not, but I function much better in a clean, organized home, and I did not have that during this past like year and a half, honestly. And I wouldn't say I still have that completely in the house as a whole, but it's getting there. Like, there are definitely, like, my workspace and stuff are good, but now I'm going through rooms that I kind of was just piling stuff as a place to put it, like junk rooms. You know, there's junk drawers. Yeah, well, I have like a whole junk room. I don't know about you guys, but that's what I've been working on, kind of cleaning out. What do I want to donate? What's just plain trash? What needs just cleaned and organized? All of that kind of stuff. And trying to put my personal house and everything in order, because I know when I start with band camps and show choir camps in July, if I have everything neat and tidy and organized, just helps me work so much better when I do have to go back to work, helps me stress so much less when I'm organized, more efficient, not lost with like, where are my keys, where's my phone, like, because there's so much clutter. So yeah, that's what's been up with me. My apologies if this video was a bit all over the place and rambly, but like I said, I just haven't talked to you guys in so long, and like I literally wrote down all the stuff I wanted to cover and talk about, like topic wise. So I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't talked to them in so long, and there's so much I want to say, and I don't want to forget anything, because I don't do get readies with me, you know, every week, and I really did want to share with you guys. So yeah, guys, here is the final look from our Get Ready Together today. Hopefully you enjoyed some of the topics, the conversation. Maybe you have something to add on down in the comments below. I love talking to you guys, and I feel like these Get Ready With Me's give us so many more chances to find hobbies, common interests, things that we have in common with each other outside of makeup. Not that we can't both still love makeup, because I mean, Nebula, you guys, Nebula on my eyes right now. Who am I? Who is this person? I just don't know, but I like it. So without chit-chatting any longer, guys, 'cause it's probably gonna be a long video at this point. Sorry about that. I'm gonna go over to my family's house, like I said, and enjoy the day with my dad. If you have not yet, make sure you like this video before you go, and I will see you in the next one on next Sunday. Bye!